Greetings, Skyfarers, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Skies. I am Cobalt Thorium. And in this episode, we are going to try to find Duskings Deep. And after that, I'm not quite sure. We might... Actually, it would probably be a good idea to hop over to, Endurance. It's not terribly far away. So, I mean, we're sort of already in that neighborhood. So it might be a good idea to hop over there once we're done here. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do next. We do also have to talk to our various officers of the crew. We should talk to the Incognito Princess, for one. What happened at the poetry reading? A stoker whispered that the inn burned down, killing all the poets. This is true, Your Highness. So this is very interesting. The Highness seems to be some kind of like alien entity that automatically, just by her presence and her beauty, like wins over the hearts of any humans who are around. And she's kind of extremely destructive. I don't know if she's trying to be. It's just that's sort of like everywhere she goes, she's like a higher being, and she just ruins lives. It's very strange. It's an interesting take on sort of royalty and like the divine right of kings almost. So historically, kings were thought to become kings because they were favored by God, and in this sort of universe, maybe something like that is also taking place. But instead of just being favored, they're actually like superior beings in some way. It's a very interesting kind of thing, and I hope that they really go into it a lot more. But a lot of the way that the story is told in this game is that it's a lot of it's not super obvious. They don't really tell you things outright. You're sort of meant to infer them. Which is kind of good and kind of bad, because it leaves everything sort of nebulous, and you can't really get a firm grasp on it, but at the same time it leaves stuff mysterious because you can't get a firm grasp on it. So they won't tell you things like directly to your face. You just pick them up, Alright, well, let's try this. Once more, untrue. No, it's not true, Captain, says the Incognito Princess, lounging on a mound of dead starlings roughly shaped like a chase lounge. She gestures at the floor. Crouching beside the analytical suitor is a gaunt man with wild eyes. So she has a chase of dead starlings. See, this is what I mean. Like, you have this, like super beauty that's, I mean, definitely implied to be sort of a protagonistic character. But yeah, like the royalty seems wicked. Like they're beautiful and evil. Anyway. My poetical suitor survived. You really should not listen to gossip. It is no time for gossip. My journey now takes a more serious bent. She then explains her next destinations. Firstly, she has to find a crossroads in Eleutheria. She's of the opinion they're often south of the transit relay where one arrives. You'll require an unlicensed chart there. Secondly, a trip to see the devils in Carillion. On the matter of rings, she might need a handful of bee souls for that. Okay. So learning about the Incognito Princess, the Incognito Princess would like to go to Piranesi and Carillion. The Incognito Princess needs to visit a crossroads in Eleutheria. Take an unlicensed chart with you. The Incognito Princess seeks something borrowed from the devils at Carillion. You'll need 3 chorister bee souls to acquire it. what are we doing with the vagabond? I forget now. Okay, so we can't do anything with him. Her, we're sort of still searching around. These guys need to go to Perdurns. Ah. The feline eccentric. Okay, so we need to dissuade one of the eccentric's cats from terrorizing a stoker. The man is pressed against the wall, white-faced and sweating. The cat sits in front of him. Its back to you. It stares at the stoker. Though, from here you can't see why this terrifies him. Get it away, the stoker pleads. It's weighing my soul, drudging it, like I was one of the dead. He tries to raise his hands to shield its gaze, but the life seems to have gone out of them. They flop limply back to their sides. The cat is statue still. But keep your distance. That cat is not right. We could frighten the cat away. Clap your hands, shout at it, stamp your foot, that sort of thing. I want to know what's going on, so I'm going to keep my distance. I knew we'd lose a crew for this. You keep back as the stoker screams, then swoons. The cat stalks away, sparing you an uninterested look. When it passes you, you feel a wash of heat, as if someone had opened a furnace door. The stoker is coming to. I saw a court of statues, presided over by a sphinx, he mumbles. I saw a parade of the dead brought before it, and I was among them. It's only a matter of time. You can get no more sense or work out of the man, and are forced to put him ashore at the next port. Learning about the feline eccentric, acquire a vision of the heavens to continue the eccentric story. You've lost one crew. Well, we have visions of the heavens, so that's no problem. Alright, so what can we do here? We could investigate an eerie noise. Your dreams are plagued by a star wind moaning and mournful. In lieu of sleep, you walk the corridors for some time. A mysterious noise is coming from the engine room. Your engine is in a good state of repair. The eccentric isn't too busy. And we can do this with one vision of the heavens. We have plenty. Or we can talk to one of our cats. The cats of London can talk, when they deign to do so. They can be polite, but like to give the impression that they know more than you do. And perhaps they do, for they are hoarders of secrets. I'm concerned that this is going to give us terror. Let's try it. Imposters. The cats do not respond to your greeting. When you ask about their relationship with the eccentric, one of them yowls. The other washes its paw. The third yawns. You comment critically on their lack of courtesy. They only stare. You see no comprehension in their eyes. You try the ultimate test. You share a secret. Careful to get one detail wrong. They don't correct you. They don't patronize you. They don't even give you a disdainful look. These aren't cats. Awesome. Alright, let's investigate the eerie noise. The Midnight Patriarchs. The eccentric is asleep in her tangle of blankets at the foot of the engine. 3 hunched shapes cluster about her cats. One of them gnaws on the finger of the eccentric's left hand. Another sits on her chest, its weight making her struggle for breath. The third chews insistently at her hair, tugging at it like yarn. The eccentric is caught in a dream. Her sleepy attempts to dislodge the cats, watery and weak. Spiders in the well, she moans. My eyes We're fire. The dead groveled. One of the cats looks up, and the others. As one, they consider you, their eyes yellow as sovereigns. Then they melt into the crannies of the engine room. You can discuss this with the feline eccentric. You've lost a vision of the heavens, but gained 500 experience. Woohoo! Talk to her about her cats. You've discovered them chewing and smothering her while she slept. Why does she tolerate this? The prison without walls. Her black cat, Belith, climbs up her legs with its claws and sprawls about her shoulders. Because they're mine. Or I'm theirs. I'm not sure there's a difference. Look, I don't want to make a fuss. Best to just leave it alone. She removes the bandages from her fingers to reveal the tracery of light scars. See, it's not so bad. She tries to sound brisk. You are clearly unconvinced. The eccentric sighs. They've been with me since Paranisi, she says. If you really must know, we'll go there. The chaplains can explain. Paranisi lies to the east, northeast of Pond. Learning about the feline eccentric. Go to Paranisi to learn more about the feline eccentric and her intolerable cats. Okay. So we could offer to get rid of her cats by more direct means. What is there, for example, to prevent you from simply throwing them into a well, or abandoning them on a wreck? Ooh. Or flinging them into a weft of unraveling time. Now we can always offer. The subtraction. Wait, I hope it didn't actually. The subtraction of cats. The eccentric eyes are shattered and sunken. She's tired. Try if you like, she says. I already have. It doesn't work. A gray cat. Paimon. Paimon? Gives you a smug glare from its nest in the pipework. I wonder if these names are actually like names of like demons or something. Alright, well, this is another reason to go back to Eleutheria. It seems like the majority of quests always happen to be someplace where we're not. Like, every time that we make progress on something, it's like, hey, go to this other place that's completely different than where you are right now. Which is annoying. I really wish that, like, stuff would be more local. Because every time that we have to go from place to place, you know, we have to file paperwork and all this business. If I were writing this game, and I am writing a game that's sort of similar to this, so I will make note of this. I will keep most of the quests local. Alright. Well, that's everything for Worldbury Juxtamare, and I think we've caught up with all of our crew. So I guess all that's left is finding this Duskings Deep. Let's go. Alright, okay. Now they said it's slightly further out, is that it? Let's try this again. Make sure we know where we're going. We're done with that. Duskings Deep. Beyond Worldbury Juxtamare. Okay, so we're looking around here. Onwards! Try to hit this little area of unknown space. This is probably those sky eels. Yeah, it is. Which we cannot harvest. Definitely more powerful creatures over there than me. Is there a terror? Whoa. Ooh, just missed. Oh! I thought we could kill him before he hit us. But I guess not. We have enough otherworldly artifacts for now. We haven't really found anything that we can spend them on, so we'll just take the silence. Oh, we have Duskings Deep. Now what do we do with it? A disturbance in the night. You wake suddenly, your candles have burned low, and your eyes are still heavy with sleep. You are not alone in your cabin. The winds of the wilderness howl outside. You can feel the motion of the engine below you. Something isn't right. To your door, someone is knocking. It is a stoker in her nightcap and gown. Her face is abnormally pale, and her eyes hollowed. The residue of tears stain her cheeks. Sorry to disturb you, Captain. She trails off, rubs her eyes, and takes a deep breath. I've got a request. Can't we go to Langley Hall? Not right away, but soon. To go back. She looks at you imploringly. We could agree. Someday soon, we could decline. You are the captain of this train. If we decline, we're probably going to lose her. I mean, we're going to go back there eventually. Oh, geez. What happened here? She smiles, shedding the exhaustion. Oh, the lads are going to be so happy, Captain. Thank you. I shan't disturb you again. She heads back to her bunk. Your crew are excited to return to Langley Hall, so much that they start to make mistakes in their work. Lost 9 hull. So what are we supposed to do with Duskings Deep again? Oh, we're here. What do we do here? She wants you to investigate the ruins of Duskings Deep. Shall I be on? Okay, well, I guess the ruins are something different then. Come on, dude. Stop. Stop. There. The weather walls of this ruin. Okay, well, let's just do it. Ooh. We have no moments of inspiration. We have plenty of visions of heaven. Let's go. Oh man, it costs 4. Phew. It's expensive. The conjugations. The inscriptions are written in the language of the suns. You decipher what you can. They hint at a number of feuding solar alliances, or conjunctions. Each conjunction upholds a different philosophy, as obtuse and fiery as the stars themselves. Onwards! Duskings Deep. A crumbling ruin resolves from the mist. Crooked arches throb with sigils. Amber moss crawls across the stones like spilled honey. A foggy hush lies over the ruins. The skeletons of dead leaves rattle among the stones. You could deliver the insistent surveyor's expedition. Surveyor spends your approach glued to the assaying instruments. You can depart. Business elsewhere. This is why we're here. Confirmation. As soon as you set your locomotive down, she leaps out. Oh. I unplugged my headphones a little bit there. As soon as you set your locomotive down, she leaps out to investigate the ruins. A leather-bound, yellow-page journal in her hands. My father's, she says, when she notices you looking. Her workers clear away rubble, then erect ladders and platforms so she can examine the sigils on the great arch. For a tense hour, she pores over them, taking short breaks when the celestial language makes her hair smolder and her eyes smoke. Then she stands, snaps her journal shut, and nods. The workers cheer. This is exactly what I had hoped, my lady, she calls down. These are the gates of dusk, marking the beginning of an ancient route connecting Albion and Eleutheria. I mean to reopen them. We should talk. Surveyor's expedition. Surveyor's theories have been confirmed. She has a further proposition. Alright, one thing that's really interesting right here is the, for 10 hours she pores over them. So these are the sigils. She pores over the sigils, taking short breaks when the celestial language makes her hair smolder and her eyes smoke. So it's like the sigils themselves, or being able to read them is like staring into the sun, or it's like fiery. Now, the person that we're after for the big main quest, her house burned down. I wonder if this is something similar, where she was like trying to decipher something or something like that, and maybe that's what burned down her house. I mean, that's not a huge leap or anything. It's just maybe some dots that maybe I was too deaf to connect, or maybe too tired to connect. One or the other. Alright, let's hear the surveyor's proposal. She means to construct a new transit relay linking Albion to Eleutheria, which would be amazing. First, she shows you the ledgers. She's frank. There's no prospect of profit from this enterprise. Indeed, the cost will be enormous. But once completed, you will have access to a convenient route joining the two regions. A route that will outlast you and benefit other captains as well. Construction would be in 2 phases. We will need materials, and in large quantities. Unfortunately, my resources are limited. Without the assistance of donors such as yourself, progress will be glacially slow. Do you think you can help us? We could agree. Sounds like an appropriately ambitious endeavor. Or we could decline for now. You have other business. I will agree. I want this thing. It would be great if they made it so that we get money every so often. That would be awesome. For some kind of toll. If we opened this this pathway, I feel like we should be given some of the a little bit of the transit between the two regions from now on. That doesn't seem like it's an unreasonable request to me. So, but from the sound of this, it sounds like, I don't know, I guess the Empire will be able to tax this route instead of us, but whatever. Marvelous. We will begin work. Please deliver materials whenever you can. The foreman can tell you what we need for each stage. One thing. I've made rubbings of the sigils on the arch. She hands you a sheaf of papers. You note her fingers are blistered and scorched. Could you take them to the chair of the whatever sciences at the Royal Society and ask her expert opinion? She'll be eager to see what we have found here. Please feel free to keep any reward she offers. We now provide materials in advance to progress the relay. The Surveyor's Expedition. The Surveyor means to build a new transit relay while linking Albion to Eleutheria. The Albion to Eleutheria transit relay. To complete the first phase of the construction, you will need to deliver resources to the relay and given a set of correspondence rubbings to be delivered to the Royal Society. Is that what we have to deliver? Okay, can we already deliver some? Okay, so deliver materials for the first phase of the relay's construction. The Surveyor's team have the necessary expertise, but the project is always in dire need of resources. All right. Building the new transit relay is an ambitious, even foolhardy project. The work is endless. The ledgers are perpetually read. Production is always just one step away from grinding to a halt. Every day brings a new crisis. We can supply an otherworldly artifact for translators. Most people avoid the translators. They use long words when short ones would do, and occasionally combust. Okay. The language of heaven is effulgent, and capricious. You guys use words that are needlessly long when short ones would do. We could return to the ruins. You leave the clamor of the construction site for the muffled clamor of the offices instead. You can supply bronzewood for the structure. You need it for scaffolding, the structure, the worksheds, the housing, the offices. 7 bronzewood, that's a lot of bronzewood. Supply glass to protect the workers and the travelers. The relay's operators will be stationed out here for months on end. They'll need to be protected from the maddening light of the stars. That'll increase progress by 20. 8 pains. Supply tea for the workers. It is the fuel that powers the British workforce. Nice. 6 caddies of dried tea, that's a lot of tea. Supply munitions to clear the ruins. Some of the old stones must be cleared away. They defy chisels, pry bars, and hammers. This will increase progress by 5%. Okay, well, we can at least do the otherworldly artifact. Progress. The undiscussed truth of the relays is that while we know that they work, we don't know how. The sigils mounted on the sequencer wheels function as something across a key, a compass, a tuning fork, and a legal exemption to the fundamental cosmic laws. The translators strive to improve their understanding of the concepts at play, to remove imperfections in the engravings, and to finesse the order in which the sigils are engaged. They accept your corresponding scrawled artifacts eagerly. Okay. I was just rereading that. Oh man, that cost us 3 of those? That's fine, I guess. We have plenty. The Albion to Eleutheria transit relay. You've yet to make even a tenth of the necessary progress for this phase of construction. Lost 3 otherworldly artifacts, but we have 100 experience. That seems kind of pitiful, actually. Oh, so every single time it's going to cost us 3? I mean, for the most part, the bronzewood is going to be the easiest to get. So that we don't have lost this in vain, we'll bring over. We can do some panes of glass and then do the rest with bronzewood, probably. Alright. Is that it? Oh. Turn to the ruins. Alright, let's depart. Away! You climb aboard your engine and leave. Duskings Deep behind. Alright, I think we'll head over to Bernard's. I'm gonna check out this little rock right here first. And then we'll go this way. You know what? I might just go all the way around this. I want to get some scouting in. And we got something to crave. Okay, it's one of those eels. What is this? All right. Crap. What the hell? An eerie road. The mist is soft at the windows. The stars have gone awry. You crawl onward. There's an outbreak of violent star madness among the crew. In time, you find your way back to the stretch of the sky, and you can locate it on your chart. Your journey continues. I took a gamble and lost. What else is new? 72% or whatever. Chance of success, still lose. Now the question is, should I go all the way around to this? I really want to. Why is my terror freaking out? Maybe I should just go. Continue on my way. What the hell was that? Try to knock down our terror a little. Sweet. I'll check out this layer here, I guess. And eventually we're going to have to search all of Albion. And the more of these things that we sort of get along the way, the better. And we'll have to do something similar to what we did with the Reach, right? And Albion is definitely the most hospitable of the other locations that we found. Blue Kingdom being extremely inhospitable. I'm terrified to go back there, but I know, of course, that we're going to have to at some point. Don't hit me. Do not hit me. Do not. Endurance! The Rat Brigade groom in anticipation. An encounter with nobility. Alright. Party. Below stairs. We can go to the parlor. Write a port report. Okay. Stand for Parliament again. Now we've tried twice and failed twice. Finally, God. Okay, let's read this actually. The debutantes wouldn't sully their perfect day by voting, of course, but perhaps some of Perdurance's servants and chaperones might be moved by democratic spirit. Costs 50 sovereigns to stand. Is refunded if you win. The election is called. At least a few people bother going to the polls. The votes are in. An angry lady in a silken gown harumphs at her defeat. Her charismatic gentleman make all the right sympathetic noises until finding out that he too has been defeated. You wait for your name to be called out. Sure enough, the people chose well. To a smattering of applause from the handful of the public who bothered to show up to vote, you rise from your chair to make your destiny. So, we could accept our new role with grace, congratulate your defeated opponents, take on your new role with dignity, with all the dignity it demands, or we could accept our new role without any grace whatsoever, push past the losers, bask in the glory that is you. I'm really tempted to do that because it sounds way more fun. But oh no, it's quite a decision. This is way more what I want to do, but I don't want to. I don't want the possible consequences. Fine, we'll be good. Presenting the honorable member. You've done it. Time to prepare for government. Begin your career at the floating parliament. Politics and knavish tricks. You become a minister. You now pass bills at parliament. Election called. The election is over. You've gained 500 experience. Woohoo! Okay. Looks like our search for the verdant fragment is getting slightly same message as before. What is this? Is that always like that? Oh, that's the background. Okay. I thought that was part of the... Alright, whatever. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Journal. So, what do we... There's so many freaking quests. Close. Alright, so I should probably go through here and just highlight everything that has to do with Perdurance. Okay, I think that this is the only thing. There's a lot of stuff in Atlas. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff in Atlas. Alright, so, I mean, the number of things to actually do in here are getting quite small. Okay, so just stuff in Albion. We have this. Oh. I guess we have this, but we really can't do that because we need more veils. There's this. There's this. And I think everything else is done. Oh, then there's the politics ones. Well, there's this too. Oh. This one. Alright, so let us do... What do we have to do for the rats? Where are the rats in here? Oh, there. They're a troublesome bunch. Get to Verdurance to find Wilma, Cinder's old flame. Yeah, we can exchange our particularly good gossip. Give some juicy tidbits of your own to share. Turn your saloon-stewed gossip into a savage secret. A circle of whispers. The staff hears all of Albion's dirtiest secrets and are only too happy to share. To them, it's just gossip. In the right hands, these whispers can become a weapon. Yeah, we have fewer savage secrets than gossip, so I figured that was a good trade. I guess we have to get in to Verdurance, so we'll search for Wilma. Somewhere in Verdurance there's a rat. Find her in the afternoon. Board chaperone answers your question. Oh, the fat little one. No, she'll only come out later. Her owner doesn't wake up till the afternoon. Hidden in your sleeves, Cinders quivers with indignation. I think we'll try to charm the debutantes. Wait. Okay, here we go. Convince Wilma to speak to the brigade. A plump white rat sits in a little golden cage. A dandy is idly feeding her slivers of camembert? Camembert. I don't know. He's happy for you to confer with his pet. So always advance the story, but failure will impact Wilma's part in it. Okay, well, it looks like we'll succeed anyway. Wilma patters from the dainty's palm to yours. Her whiskers twitch as Albrecht emerges from your sleeve. You're here for my part in the number. Albert nods solemnly. Wilma presses close to him. Well, I don't even know. That looks like German. Sure sind. Wait. Dein Schnurrer sind ungefähr mein Lieber. She whispers. Your sleeve twitches, and Cinders pokes her head out. Wilma jumps. Neither speaks. Albrecht clears his throat. There's still a place for you, Wilma. Wilma's nose twitches. I'd like to hear that from her. After a pause, Cinder inclines her head. Wilma sniffs. That'll do for now. As you turn, the dandy stands. I say, won't you give me something for my rat? A kiss. He's comely enough. terrifying story. You've seen a thing or two in your time traversing the heavens, or your sympathy. How can you bear to live in this prison? And he's probably got no interest in me as a captain. But this is kind of I mean, this is a very fairy tale sort of thing to do. Go with the kiss. His emerald green eyes widen in delighted surprise as you make your intent plain. His lips press to yours. After, his gaze follows you as you walk away. Learning about the Rat Brigade, you found Vilma. Talk to the Rat Brigade aboard your engine. The afternoon ends. It's time to move on. Vilma is aboard. You gained 2 debutante's favor. You now have 4. Moving onwards. The reason why I'm skipping over this is because we went through all these in a previous episode. We're really going hard in the pail for the debutantes. Yes. Sweet, our terror got totally annihilated. This is great. The Star of the Mask. The debutantes shower you with effusive compliments and beg you to return. The consensus is that while Perdurance's eternal day is of course perfect, you still manage to improve upon it. Your hand is shaken, your cheek kissed. You receive a number of smoky glances from behind gleaming masks. You leave the mask rich in gossip, lulled by its luxury, and with a bright memory to comfort you in the dark. Sounds good to me. Well, that was fun. But in any case, I think that we should probably wrap this up here. We've finished up we've advanced the rat's quest. We did a bunch of exploring. We did a lot of stuff in this episode. So, yeah, I think it's probably a good time to end it. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. And I put up new episodes every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern US and Canada. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.